Twitter freaks, oh, why'd you go and say that? I'm just kidding. It's Twitter freaks PogChamp, Twitter freaks PogChamp. We've got some really good new cards for you today. First up is the Tactical Tri deck. So you guys familiar with these? So in the OCG, they've really cracked the code and released a product that's good. I didn't know that this was possible in Yu-Gi-Oh, but I have been, my record has been corrected. The Tactical Tri decks were a series of decks designed to get people into Yu-Gi-Oh! Without having to buy 3 of any individual structure, and unlike the structures, they were good. They had an Eldritch one, they had a Cyber Dragon one, they had an Evil Twin one. They are releasing 2 more, Exo Sister and Rescue Ace. So last time that this happened, it was followed up with additional support for those archetypes to kind of give people who had purchased the Tactical Tri decks something to build off of. So ideally, that means we are getting more Exo Sisters and more Rescue Aces. I'm a huge racist. You know I love Rescue Ace. Hopefully, we will get some stuff that makes them competitive. And notably, you wouldn't need a lot. Rescue Ace is so close to there, but it is not at present. All right, next up. Alliance Insight product info. So we have a little bit of info about Alliance Insight. This is not particularly interesting. We've seen all of these individual cards with one exception, which is this asshole right here. Who's this? Well, it is the new Mitsurugi TCG exclusive second wave of support guy. So when Alan comes out, we will get him. Is he going to be good? Is he going to be bad? We don't know. We just have the art. But based on the image, I mean, this looks like an extremely strong card. I'm getting fusion vibes. This is not a fusion. Blue Eyes Mitsurugi Dragon. Hold. Mitsurugi is already good. That's true. That's true. As a way to make a very specific series of rank 4s. Hopefully this will make them good on their own, but I don't know. Next up. All right, free agents from Alan. We got a significant amount of free agents here. First up is Brain Control 2. Brain Controller. This is a level 1 Dark Psychic Tuner effect monster. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name at least once per turn. If this card is normally special summoned, you got a Brain Con from your deck to your hand. If you pay life points, you can target a monster on the field that has a level. Declare a level from 1 to 8. It becomes the declared level. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can special summon it to your opponent's field and defense position, but its effects are negated. Now, one thing that I liked was seeing people post this and be like, there it is. The ultimate answer to, if you could put one future printed card in Edison, what would it be? This is such an Edison core monster. It would be the best card in Edison for sure. Like BrainCon, really good there. Immediately makes a guy like a Goyo, and then you can walk over the BrainCon and get it back. Like, it's of course really strong for sure. It would be so frustrating to play against. It's a 1-star psychic. It's dark. It's beautiful. I think maybe there's some sort of application for like punk decks, but realistically, I think there is not. I think there just straight up isn't. I think it's just a bad card that they're printing because, I don't know, they have a chip in their brain that tells them to print bad cards for cards that they eroded. It's a cube card. Maybe they are actually printing cards for cube now. I mean, this is a cool cube card. Now, next up is Bomber Place. This is a level 6 Dark Spellcaster effect monster. Once per chain, you can pay 600 life points and activate one of these effects if you control monsters of each level from 1 to 6. Choose a face-up monster your opponent controls that has a level and destroy all other monsters they control with an equal level or rank or link rating. That's cool, by the way. This is, I think, the first time that we have had link rating included in the level/rank thing, when they're like, oh, level 4 or rank 4 monsters, also link 4 monsters can now be destroyed. Choose a monster you control that has a level and destroy all opponent's monsters in its column with an equal level, rank, link rating. Now, notably, in order to get this to work, I think you have to use the EMZ, right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the EMZ has to be like a synchro or a fusion. I guess maybe a pendulum, because the other ones don't have levels. I don't know. I will say, this right here, This has got to be a dual tainting card. This is like the clearest dual tainting card of all time. I appreciate them printing cards designed to be shown off in a future episode of dual tainting. You know. Oh, Sprite. Yeah, Sprite does level rank link too. You're right. Do it early, do it together. Oh? Well, if you insist. If you do not have do it early, do it together in your graveyard, banishment, nor face-up field, that's how you write once per duels these days, I guess. Banish the top 7 cards of your deck face down. Your opponent banishes 7 cards from their extra deck or the top of their deck face down. This card's bad. Makes your opponent pay for desires. I don't know. Maybe there's like some applications against decks that put cards on top of the deck. I mean, maybe like Zephyra or something. I don't know. Giving your opponent the choice means that it sucks. It's terrible. White Forest can loop it. Okay. You know, I guess banish 14 is still okay, right? That's a child. Listen, I don't care what's on the art. I care what's in the name, which is do it early, do it together. That's freaky. Also, I do like that they can banish 7 cards from their extra deck and 7 cards from the top of their deck. That's like really funny. Actually, wait. It's 7 cards total split? Oh, gross. Oh my God. No. As if this card wasn't bad enough already. Okay. 7-star style Bato Jutsu Heigun. It's a quick play. Target a face-up monster you control. Equip a level 7 from your hand or deck with the same type but a different name to it as an equipped spell that gives it 700 attack, but return it to the hand during the end phase. When an opponent's level or rank 8 or higher monster is destroyed by battle while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. Does that do anything? I'm really trying to think what this does. Cash support? What the hell is it? What do you mean cash support? The hell kind of cash support is this? I'll equip my unicorn with the Fenrir. Then I link off the unicorn and I can use the birth to bring back the Fenrir. Wow! I think people are figuring out probably the use case is either Gate Guardians, where like I guess you want the guys in the back row, or theoretically you can use it to set Nightmare Orchest, which is bad. It's like, oh, finally a card that lets you get Nightmare Orchest into the graveyard, unlike every other Orchest card. Yeah, I guess you can equip a Fiend and then like make Necroquip. It sounds really bad, I'm going to be honest. Abduction. All right, this is the last one. Target a face-up monster your opponent controls. Banish a monster from your deck or extra deck with the same original type, attribute, level, and link rating. If you do, take control of it, but if you banish a monster with the same original name, negate the taken monster's effects. I love they make you jump through all these hoops to do Crackdown. I'm trying to imagine a scenario where this card is like maybe playable. I guess like theoretically you can use it to take portions of Fiendsmith. You know, that's nice. It is a permanent steal that isn't conditional on there being something on the field. Like they can't MST the Crackdown to get it back. I don't hate this card. I guess I could see a use case in very specific metas. Yeah, pretty much only in like trap decks like Labyrinth, but of the cards we've looked at today, it strikes me as the most playable, which is a really low bar to clear because the rest of these are pee-pee poo-poo bad. And finally, that's right, we literally do have an actual new card that might matter. New Ryziel PogChamp, new Ryziel PogChamp. So, Ryziel, best deck in the TCG, does not need new cards, is getting them anyway. Recently got Eclipse Twins, but they've revealed that in Allen there's going to be new support for both of the archetypes from Crossover Breakers. I guess all 3. You know, they got the Ryuge cards. And those include the new Malice stuff that we looked at that I think is really good. The Ryziel stuff does not need to be good in order to retain its position as best deck. It can be nothing. All right, first up is Star Ryziel. You can special summon this card by detaching a Z's monster from your monster. If summoned this way, you can't special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except rank 4 monsters. And if special summoned, you can set a Ryziel spell trap from your deck. And then we have a new trap, PogChamp, new trap, PogChamp. Apply this effect for the rest of the turn, then attach this card to your rank 4 Z's monster's material. Ryziel's gain 1,000. If this card is sent to the graveyard except from the field, you can target a card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. this is a good card. It's all right. It's really hard to get a sense of if individual Ryziel cards are good or not because functionally they all do the same thing with the exception of Palm Ryziel, which does nothing. I could see this being played, right? Like theoretically, what you're going to do is get into a position where you make Duo Drive. It gets negated, and then you can detach a piece of the materials from Duo Drive to summon this guy. You set a Ryziel spell trap. You're gonna probably set Mass Driver, and then like you have a guy in graveyard for if you also have Node available. Like that's something. Hole Thruster is a pretty good card. Also, theoretically, you could set plug-in. It's really hard to explain just because the use cases for this card are basically you get interrupted and then you finagle a playable end board out of it. But I think this card probably will be played. I really like Mass Driver. Mass Driver is a cool card as well. You make a detonator, you equip the Mass Driver from the graveyard. At present, like you activate detonator, you try to equip like Eclipse Twins, they go Bestial, and you go, all right, okay, I guess I'm not doing that. And now you get to equip the Mass Driver, and Mass Driver is something, it turns your detonator into DD Crow, which is cool. I don't know. Are you allowed to set Cross? Are you allowed to set Crossy Road off of the Star Ryziel effect? You are? Okay, well then this card is quite strong, right? Your Duo Drive gets negated. You go Star Ryziel, go set Cross, activate Cross. Now we have a negate up before we even commit to someone who would actually translate into a detonator. Yeah. So I think this guy will see play. I don't think he will be the difference between Ryziel being good or bad because I think Ryziel is already really good. But I think he will see play. Mass Driver Chain's bad for Graveyard Banish. It's like a DD Crow that takes a step, right? So you can't respond to, but it'll be like if they activate Fiendsmith, you can go like, okay, take this. I'm just taking the Fiendsmith out rather than taking it out on Shuffle. You could go Star off ice to protect the Duo Drive with Cross. That's cute. Oh, that's really cute. Oh, that's probably the play, actually. That is definitely the play, right? Star summon, or ice summon Star, cross, Duo Drive effect. It has to be Imperm. It can't be anything else. Duo Drive get, what, X'd Sword, and then just go. Yeah, that's good. Or I guess sword node. Fuck it, right? Yeah, it just opens up a lot of lines for this deck to play through stuff. Unfortunate that these decks are going to get even better. You only have 2 materials under Duo in that scenario. It doesn't work. You're right. We'll get a 3rd material somewhere else. Just draw a plug. Ryziel is super hot in the OCG right now. It's just okay. Super hit. Yeah. All right, that's it. Let's actually see what's topping in the OCG. Orcust! Oh, I can't wait for Orcust sweep. Orcust Blue Eyes. That's crazy, dog. This is probably going to be our format, too. Look at this fucking Orcust deck. God, it's terrible. Do you think Blue Eyes is good? Oh, unquestionably. I think Blue Eyes is a strong deck for sure. The thing about Blue Eyes, though, is it's a strong deck if you hit the other 2 decks. Oh, man. Wait, what's Hidden Malice? Is Malice full power over there? God, this deck is such a flippity flop. And then what's Rizio look like? 1x'd? Oh! That's not so bad. 1x, that could be worse. I mean, it's not great, but what happened to super hit? 1 bonfire? Oh yeah. So the bonfire replacement is 7th Tachyon, which is at 2 for some reason. Oh, Dweller's banned too. Oh, that's a huge problem. Oh, Jesus. They still have fucking Summon Limit legal over there? They still have Red Remo legal? Holy shit. OCG, man. They're on something else. All right, I'm going to pee, then we're going to do it. God, Scythe! What is Scythe doing in here?